Hello, welcome back to part 3 of Wars of the Roses using Lion Rampant rules. The Percys versus the mercenaries employed by the Nevilles. So when we left it last time, the Percy heavy cavalry had just charged the pikemen, the Swiss pikemen, and I rolled 9 hits for the heavy cavalry. The heavy cavalry were basically hitting on a 3+ against a 4+ defensive roll of the pikeman. I haven't rolled the pikeman's defensive roll yet, but basically 9 hits, hitting armor 3 is 3 models removed. So the pikemen have lost 3 models as a result of that charge. Now, because they lose 3 models, or even because they lose just 1 model, and this unit has their leader in it, this means the leader has to make a roll to see if he's killed. On a double 1, the leader will be killed. So I'm going to do that in a moment. I'm just going to do the pikeman's defensive roll first to see who wins a combat. But regardless of who wins a combat, the leader, possibility that the leader might be killed is still rolled. So 4+ for the pikeman, 12 dice at 4+. Yeah, let's see what happens. There we go. So, oh, very bad. Okay, they only make 2 defensive rolls. That's really bad. 2 defensive rolls. Now, because they made 2 defensive rolls, and they're basically rolling against mounted men-at-arms, who've got an armour value of 4, in order to remove 1 model, they basically need to roll 4 hits, and they've only rolled 2. So because they rolled 2, that's completely discounted, means nothing. So they don't remove any models at all. So they have come off worst in this combat. They've been charged, they've lost 3 models. We're now going to roll to see if the leader is killed. So on a double 1, the leader is killed. 10, no. Okay, so the leader's not killed, he's still around, and yet they have lost the combat. The pikemen, okay, have been hit, 3 of them have been killed, and they've lost the combat. So they need to make a courage roll. Now the courage roll for the pikemen is 4+. They've got the commander in their unit, so they get +1 for him. But they've lost 3 guys, so they're at -3 +1, so they're at -2. They're at -2. Okay, so 4+ on 2 dice at -2 is 6. Okay, they did it. Okay, they succeeded. So they made their courage roll. Okay, they're not battered. Okay, they don't. But okay, they still have to retreat. They have to retreat 3 inches because they took the most casualties. They took 3. The cavalry took none. Okay, they retreat. So they retreat, but not battered. Okay, so they basically got to retreat 3 inches backwards. Okay, so if we just move this guy back, it basically takes them back past the billman. Okay, so they kind of push back into this alcove, so they really need to, they can't be this close to the billman, so they basically push back this far. Okay, when they can't be touching bases. Okay, that's 2 inches. Need to go back another inch. Right, so that is a bit of a devastating blow for the pikemen. Now the problem with that is, what I should have done there was in the movement phase and movement activation before, I really should have put the pikemen into a shield run. I should have got the commander to do that. I forgot to do that, but we could say it's a bad command move by the mercenary commander, because he knew he was going to get charged. He should have gone into a Shiltron. Can't blame me for that. Okay, that was his decision, so that was a real problem. Okay, so they lose that combat, they're pushed back, so they retreat backwards. So now you've got this unit of cavalry basically bearing down on everybody. Okay, so the cavalry were the first to act in this turn for the Percys. So over here we've got Thomas Percy, and we've got the billmen and the archers. So I've got to roll for the billmen to see if they can rally. I'm not going to do that yet because it's pretty unlikely that they can, and I'll lose my turn if I fail that. So I'm going to try and get these archers off this hillside. Okay, so I'm going to try and get these archers off the hillside by basically getting them to move. They need a 6+ to move. 6, yeah, good. Okay, they come off the hillside. So 6 inches. They're moving off the hillside, so 3 inches, because they're moving through rough ground off the hillside onto the floor below. So they're probably, oh, it's close. They're probably just going to make it, actually. Okay. And the rest will probably just be stuck on the top there. So, archers managed to move forward slightly. They're still in the rough, so they're probably going to have another 3-inch move next time. Okay. So, those guys have moved, finally. Right. Thomas Percy himself. Now, at this point, he could issue a... Oh, he's slightly out of range of the enemy leader, but at some point he could issue a challenge to fight the enemy leader, but not yet. So I'm going to see if he can move. Again, need a 5+ for him to move. Oh, roll a 10. Okay, so he's going to come forward again. Now, he's kind of putting himself in danger a little bit here, but I'm just going to put him into position alongside the cavalry. Okay. Just in case. Okay. So he comes out of the lane, and he's now into the battle. Okay, he's got to then worry about those billmen, hasn't he? Okay, now hopefully the billmen. Remember, it's stopped snowing now, so we're back with the advantageous archers. Okay, so the archers have the advantage now because they can shoot 18 inches, but the billmen are right in their line of fire. Oh, and they're slightly out of range. Oh, that's unfortunate. But the gunners behind the wall, the German gunners, are not out of range. So it's the archers shooting into the German gunners. Now the gunners are behind a wall, so they're going to get +1 armour. Okay, so let's see how we go. So 12 attacks. Let's see if they shoot first. Okay, so this is a roll we need to make. So if I fail this, I'm going to get Percy to get this to re-roll. Okay, so they need, in order to shoot, they need 6+ in order to shoot. Oh, 10 easy. Yep. Okay, and right, 12 dice into these gunners with +1 defence. So shooting into the gunners. attack value 6. Okay. Attack value 6. Okay, right. Here we go. So, 12 dice. In fact, attack value 6, but they are experts, so the shoot value. Sorry, the shoot value is 4 plus because they are elite. Okay, 4 plus. Ooh, unlucky. Very unlucky. Okay, 3. Okay, now the gunners have got a defensive value of 3. Oh, their armour goes up by 1. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, they only have 3, so they're not that defensive actually. So that is 1 unit removed. That's 1 unit of the gunners removed. So that's a dead gunner. So they need to make a courage roll. Okay. So for the gunners, the courage roll is 4 plus. They've lost 1 man, which makes it 5 plus. Okay. They are out of range of their leader, so 5 plus. Okay, or 4 plus minus 1. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, 7. They do it. Okay, so they are not battered, but they did lose a unit, a model rather. Okay, so they do retreat. Okay, so even if you make the courage roll, if you're shot at, you still must retreat. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you don't fail the courage roll. You still retreat if you've lost a unit. Okay. Okay. Let me just check that actually. Okay. Okay, so I don't think they retreat. So if you're shot, you don't retreat. Okay, it's only if you're a part of an attack you're forced to retreat, or if they failed their courage roll and were battered, they'd be forced to retreat. Okay, so it's only in a hand-to-hand combat fight that they basically would retreat. Okay, so they lose 1 model. Okay, so next unit is the final unit rather is the men at arms. Remember, they're battered, so they've got to make a roll. So they've got to make a roll at -5. All right. Okay, this is going to be quite difficult for them. They're making a roll at -5. They have a courage roll of 4 plus. Okay, so -5. So they're trying to make. So 4 plus -5. Here we go. Let's have a go. Actually, -5. Yeah, they're still at -5. Right. So they fail again. Okay. So 8 -5 is 3, but they're not below 0, so they're not routed. So again, they're still battered. They lose another model. All right, and they basically retreat another 3 inches. Now, at this point, they're probably getting pretty close to the board edge, aren't they? And what I'm going to say is if they get to the board edge, then they will have routed, okay? So they've got one more turn to try to rally, okay? They can't do anything other than try to rally at the moment. So they're desperately trying to rally, but they're failing every time. They can't re-roll that rally roll, okay? It's only move, shoot and attack that they can re-roll, okay? So that is Percy's roll. The archers moved off the hill. The archers down here shot the gunners, killed one gunner, but the men-at-arms failed to rally, and Percy moves forward towards the pikemen. Okay, so moving over now to the mercenaries, and there go. Okay, so up on the hillside, the archers, the mercenary archers, are going to shoot into the charging horsemen. Okay, so the mercenary archers are going to shoot the charging horsemen. So the mercenary archers, they're not elite. Okay, so they're only shooting on I think it's a 5+. Let's just check. Okay, the mercenary archers are shooting on a 5+. Yeah. Okay. And the defense. Oh, they don't get the defensive roll. Okay, so they're just shooting on a 5+. All right, but they're shooting at a unit that has got 4 armour. Okay, a unit with 4 armour. So here we go. So 12 dice, 5+. Let's see how we go with this. 12 dice, 5+. Okay. Ooh, okay. 5 hits. Okay. 12 dice, 5 hits. Okay. So 5 hits versus armour 4 is probably not too many. That is basically 1 model removed. So they do kill a knight. They kill one of the knights. So I'll take the guy from the back away. Okay. So they kill one of the knights. So the knights need to make a courage test. Okay. Since one of those has been shot. So their courage, as you'd expect, is quite good. It's 5+. They're within 12 inches of Thomas Percy. So 6+, 4+ rather. Okay. So 5+ plus 1. So 4+, -1 for the guy that they lost. Okay. So 5+. Okay. So 2 dice, 5+, courage roll. 3. Okay. Now that's a courage roll, so that can't be re-rolled. So they are now battered and they retreat as well. Okay. So that's quite bad for them. Alright, because they really should have been a lot braver than that, shouldn't they? So they've been peppered by arrows coming in, okay, from the right hand side, and now they've got to retreat back half their move. Now their move is 10 inches, so they've got to go back 5 inches, okay, in retreat. So basically all the way back to there, okay. So they're pushed back by those archers, which is exactly what they wanted to do. Now we've got the crossbowmen behind the wall are now going to fire into them as well. So they need a They need a 7+ to shoot. Oh, unlucky. I'm going to re-roll that, get the commander to get them to re-roll at 7+. 6, failed again, unlucky. So the crossbowmen do not carry out the order to shoot into the charging cavalry, which is a real shame because they probably could have pushed them back even further and made a massive difference. But the cavalry is still there. If they can rally next time, they're battered, but if they can rally next time, the time after that, they might be able to attack. Okay, so I've failed an activation roll now for the mercenaries. So we're now into the next turn. So this is now start of turn 8. Okay, this is the start of turn 8. So back to Percy's. Now at this point, the leader, Thomas Percy, he could basically order a challenge or give a challenge to the leader of the mercenaries. Now this is kind of carried out in a very odd way in Lion Rampant, but we'll come to challenges in a minute, so I'm not sure I want to do that yet. Okay, the first thing the Percys have got to do though is rally 2 units. They've got 2 units that are battered, that are still moving backwards. So they've now got the units that are battered. Now, I'm not sure if they have to do this first, okay? I don't think I do. I think I can do my other units before I do my rally units, but it would kind of make sense if I had to rally them first, but it doesn't say that in the rules. So the first thing the person is going to do is the archers are going to shoot again into the gunners. Okay, let's see if we can do some more damage to the gunners. Okay, 12 dice again at 4+. Let's see if they do it first. 7 plus 8, yes. 12 dice again at 4+. No. Okay, another, yeah. So we're shooting at armour 3 again, so another 2 models removed. Okay, that sent the gunners down to 50% of their unit. They now only have 3 guys left. Okay, and now need to make a courage roll. So the gunners' courage roll is 4+, -3, and minus another 1 because they're now at 50% as well. So -4. They're not within 12 inches of their commander, I don't think. Nope, they're well away. Okay, so a courage roll of 4+ at -4. Here we go. So they're looking for 8. Okay. 8. Okay. So 8 -4 is 4. They make their courage roll. My God, these gunners. They're pretty good. They haven't had a chance to fire yet though, so I'm not sure if they're going to be much use. So that's the archers done. The archers over here, up on the hillside still. I think the thing to do with them is possibly to bring them down. I could shoot at the gunners, but I really need to get into a position to start shooting at the billmen. So the archers on the hillside, they've got an activation roll of 6+ to move. 4, that's no good. I'm going to get the commander to re-roll that. A 5, that's no good. Okay, that's really bad. So our archer unit has basically let me down so many times, and now it's stopped the activation of this round. So yeah, okay. So that now stops the Percys doing anything else, and I don't think that the 2 rallying units can do anything. I think they just stand where they are. Okay, so rallying is part of their activation. Okay, so that's the end of the Percy's round. So now we're starting on round 8. Okay, let's see if the mercenaries can turn it around. So again, with the archers on the hillside shooting into the cavalry. Okay, they need a 6 plus to shoot. 7, yes. 12 dice again. They're not elite, so 5 plus with 12 dice. Straight into the horseman. Okay. Lots of misses. That's not too bad though. Okay, that's 6 against armor 4. 6 against armor 4 is 1 hit. Okay, it's 1 hit. You need against armor 4, you need to do 4 hits to take off 1 model. Okay, so that's 1 model taken away. Okay, I'm going to remove the 2 and put 1 back. Okay, so now this unit is down to 4 out of 6. Okay, so another courage test again. And they've got quite a high courage, but they're losing their men quite quickly. So this is a courage test of -2 now. So a courage of 3 plus at -2, so that's essentially 5 plus. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. 5 plus. Okay, 9, easy. Okay, yep. So 9 minus 2, 7. Okay, so they make their courage roll. Okay, so they made their courage roll, so they don't lose another unit. They're not pushed back even further. Okay, but they need to rally on their next activation. They will still have to rally. Okay, right, so crossbowmen are going to try and do the same thing. Crossbowmen are going to shoot into the cavalry. Okay, they need a 7 plus. Okay, and they've got a shoot value of 4 plus. Okay, so 7 plus to do it. 6. Commander's going to order them to try again. 10, 9, yes. Okay, so they're shooting with right now. This crossbow unit is smaller than the average unit. It's basically a half strength unit. And so are only 6 men, so I'm only using 6 dice because it's a half strength unit. Okay, so 6 dice at 4 plus. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, so 2. So 2 hits against armor 4 just bounces off basically. They need 4 hits to do any damage. Okay, so the cavalry don't take any casualties. Okay, so they're not going to take another courage roll. Okay, so that's ineffectual. Okay, so who else can we move? So you're going to get the billman to maybe charge. Yeah. Okay, the billmen are going to charge Thomas Percy's unit if they can. Okay, so this is a move for the billman. 5 plus. Okay, to activate, yes. Okay, so they move into position. They're basically just going to move up and charge Thomas Percy's unit. Okay, they're just in range. In fact, some of them are even closer than others. Okay. Okay, so that's basically an attack roll. Okay, to attack Percy's unit. So here we go. That's how we get on there. So this is their attack versus Percy's defence. Okay, so 12 dice versus 12 dice, because actually no, the men at arms is a half strength unit as well. Oh, footmen at arms are 6, and yeah, yeomen are 12. So a normal unit for a footman at arms is six men anyway, so they get 12 dice. So it's 12 dice versus 12 dice. Okay. So the billman attack. They attacked on 6+. Okay. Basically, footmen defense is 4+. They are ferocious. Okay, which is making a difference here. It's just good for rough terrain. So it's 4+ versus 5+. Okay, so let's move this back so you can see the dice. Okay, so men at arms 5+. Rather the billman, sorry, the mercenary billman 5+. No, 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 no. No, okay. 5 hits. Okay. 5 hits on armour 4, as we already know, is basically 1 damage. Okay, so 1 man at arms dead. Okay. We'll see if it's Thomas Percy. Let's try and see if it's now, okay? No, it's not Thomas Percy. Okay. So 1 man dead on the man at arms. Thomas Percy's at the front, you can see, in the red and black helmet. Okay, so they kill 1 man. So the men at arms fight back. The Lancastrians fight back. Okay, they need 4+. Look at those 1s. Okay, yeah, that's quite nice actually. Now the billmen have got lower armour. They've only got 3 armour, so that is 2. So they've lost 2 guys there. Okay, remember that any extras are knocked off. So it's 2 men dead. So the guy at the back and the guy at the back, okay, both killed in the crush in the combat. So the men at arms charged, the billmen charged, but the men at arms were the ones who won the combat. Okay, so what happens now is the billmen, because they lost the combat, they must take a courage test. Okay, they took the most casualties, so they've got to retreat back 3 inches anyway. Okay, even if they succeed. All right. Yeah. So here we go. So they're going to retreat back 3 inches anyway. Okay. But they still need to make a courage test. So the courage test 2d6 and -2. They're close to the commander, so they get +1. Okay, so it's -1. They're not below half strength, so it's not -1 there. So they're just -1. Okay, so 2d6 -1 versus their courage. Their courage is 4+. So essentially, we're looking for 5+. Okay, 7. Okay, they do it. Okay, so they're not battered, but they do retreat 3 inches. Okay, so backwards and forwards. They charged, but they failed to make a difference. Okay, so they've got to come back 3 inches. Okay, so you might think now that Percy's are starting to get the upper hand a little bit, aren't they? Or it's going backwards and forwards. If only those crossbowmen had hit their mark, they might have devastated those cavalry. And if the billmen had won that charge, they might actually have made a difference. Okay. So the archers have shot. The crossbowmen. Okay, the archers failed. The crossbowmen failed to shoot. The archers shot. The crossbowmen failed to shoot. Okay, the Billman charged, okay, and yeah, that's it. Just got to do the pikemen now. The pikemen, I think the pikemen will use their movement now to go into Shiltron. Okay, although I'm not sure that's much use, to be honest. They can't charge, they're too far away. They're much too far away. I'm going to move them forward. I'm going to put them into Shiltron so that if they basically are charged again, then yeah. So let's do a move on them. Okay. So 5+, they can go into Shiltron. Yeah. Okay. So they're now in a Shiltron. Okay. So I'm going to put them all together to show that they're in a more closed formation. Okay, there we go. So if they get charged again, they'll get more armour defensively. It's unlikely they're going to get charged again. And if they move, they'll come out of Shiltron, because Shiltron is basically like a hedgehog formation with all the spears sticking outwards. Okay, so that is everybody on the mercenary side, apart from the handgunners, who are going to shoot at the Lancastrian archers. So the handgunners, with they were 6 dice anyway because they were a half strength unit, so they're basically going to move down to 3 dice now, okay? Because they were already a half strength unit, okay? No, actually, sorry, they're still at 6 dice. Yeah, so 6 dice for the handgunners, okay? 6 dice for the handgunners. They're shooting. They need a 7+ to shoot and a shoot value of 4+. So 7+ to shoot, 10, yeah, and 4+ shoot value against the archers. Ooh, okay, 3. That's pretty good. 3. That kills an archer. That kills an archer. So that's 1 archer gone. Can they throw the archers backwards? Well, actually, archers have got 2 armour, so I don't think that makes much difference, to be honest. No, yeah, if they wanted to kill 2 archers, they've got to do 4 hits. Okay, which is a shame, so they lose. Did I roll 4 hits there? No, I rolled 3. Okay, yeah, they've got to do 4 hits if they want to kill 2 archers. So they kill 1 archer. Okay. Okay, archer's armor value is 2. Okay. So, but the archers need to make a courage roll. Need to make a courage roll. And the archer's courage is 4+. They've lost 1, so 5+. Yeah, 5+. 7. Okay, then just made it. Okay, that was lucky. Okay, so the archers made their courage roll. I don't think they retreat. This is what I'm not sure about on the rules. If you make your courage roll when you're being shot at, okay, there's no indication that you retreat. It's only when you're attacked that you retreat. Okay? So basically if you're shot at and you lose, okay. Yeah. That's it really, yeah. Yeah, a unit taking casualties must make a courage roll. It doesn't say anything about the unit moving backwards, retreating. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's it basically. Yeah. So you don't retreat if you've been shot at and you make the courage roll, but you do retreat if you've been attacked and you make the courage roll. Okay, if you fail the courage roll, you become battered. Okay, right. So that is all of the mercenaries units. So we're into round 9 now. Okay, I'm probably only going to go 10 rounds on this because it's going on for quite a long time. So we'll go to round 10 and see what happens. Okay, so round 9. Right, I'm going to try and end this fairly quickly. So round 9, the leader of the Lancastrians, because he's within 12 inches of the leader of the mercenaries, he can issue a challenge. Now, the way this is done is basically Thomas Percy, he leaves the unit that he's with. Okay, he leaves the unit that he's with, and he issues a challenge to the leader of the mercenaries. So the mercenary leader, if the mercenary leader refuses the challenge, all of his units have to make courage rolls. Okay, because so effectively they can all end up battered and retreating. Okay. If it's accepted, then both models move into the space halfway between the 2 units. Okay, so the guy with the flag is the mercenary leader. Okay, now this is really weird, and I might actually house rule this and change it a little bit. But essentially, what happens now is that they basically roll 3 dice each. Okay, it's the best of 3 blows, hitting their opponent on a 5 or a 6. Okay, so they both roll three dice, and the opponent is hit on a 5 or a 6. Okay, now it's supposed to be simultaneous, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a green dice for the mercenary leader and a white dice for Thomas Percy. Okay, and they basically keep doing that until they've been hit. Alright. If one leader lands more hits, he will kill the enemy leader. Alright, okay. So basically, out of 3 dice. Now, I don't know what happens if you don't... the victorious leader immediately returns back to his unit. If an equal number of blows are landed, both leaders return in any legal position. If it was a draw with no effect, okay. So if they both roll 1, 5 or a 6, then it's a draw. If neither of them roll a 5 or a 6, it's a draw. If one of them rolls more 5s and 6s than the other, that person wins. Here we go. Okay, so move backwards slightly, so we've got a bit of space. So Percy versus the mercenary captain. Here we go. Ooh, that's a 1, by the way. Okay, so neither hit each other. Neither hit each other again. Ooh, Percy scores a hit. Okay, mercenary captain is dead. Okay, so he kills the mercenary captain on the hit. Now, mercenary captain is dead, moving from the battlefield. Okay, good old Thomas Percy. Thomas Percy returns to his unit. Now the mercenary units all now make a courage test, okay, to see if they remain on the battlefield. Okay, so starting with the we'll start with the gunners. Okay, now they're 3 men down, so this is going to be bad for them. They've also got no leader now. Okay, so the gunners with a courage test of 4+. So 4+ minus 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so they're down rolling at 4+ minus 3. Okay. That's going to be quite difficult for them to do, isn't it? Okay. Let's try. Okay, right, yeah. Okay. So the gunners, 4+ minus 2, minus 3 rather. Okay. Right, they roll a 3, so they fail. Okay, so they fail their roll. Okay, so they are now battered and they need to retreat. Okay, 3 inches. So they basically come away from the wall that they were behind and they're now retreating. Okay, and they are battered. Okay, so okay, so they don't remove a unit yet, they don't remove a model yet, okay, they're just battered at this point, okay. If they fail to rally next time, they'll remove another model. Right, the crossbowman, courage 4+. Okay. Crossbowman, courage 4+. 5, yeah, they're okay. Okay. Pikemen, this is a bit different from them. They've now lost 4 of their 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they lost 4 of their men. So they are on 4+ -4. Okay, so 4+ -4. Ooh, they fail as well, so they're battered. So they move backwards. They retreat 3 inches. Okay, so they're now out of their shiltron basically because they can't maintain shiltron when they're moving. So they'll come back 3 inches. So that's not good for them because if they get charged again, they will basically lose. Okay, so they're battered as well. Okay, and the billmen, they have courage of 4+. They've lost 2 men, so they're at 4+ -2. Oh, they're okay, so they're not battered. They don't retreat. Okay, and the longbowmen at, I don't know if I'm going to use it. Longbowmen at 4+. They haven't lost anybody yet, so 4+, yeah, they're okay. Right, so at the end of that turn, well, no, we're still in turn 9. We've got a dead mercenary leader. We've got handgunners who are in retreat. We've got pikemen who are in retreat. We've got basically 3 units that are okay. We've got the heavy cavalry are in retreat. The billmen here are in retreat, but we've got 2 units of archers. We've got quite a powerful unit of men-at-arms in the centre of the table. Okay, so we've done the archers. We've done Thomas Percy. Okay, so now need to rally the men-at-arms, the mounted men-at-arms. Okay, so the mounted men-at-arms basically have got a courage of 3+. Okay, 3+ -1, +1 for Thomas Percy's near. Okay, so 3+. Oh, they've just rallied. Okay, so they are no longer battered. Okay, they rallied, so they're no longer battered. The billmen, they're at 4+ -6. Okay. Oh, they did it. They've also rallied. Okay. Right. So the billmen have rallied. The men-at-arms on horseback have rallied. We've got 2 units who are battered for the mercenaries. And it's not looking good now for the mercenary forces. Okay. Thomas Percy has issued his challenge. His unit can't do anything this turn. So that leaves the mercenaries to attack. Okay. So it's now the mercenaries' turn. This is turn 9. Okay. This is turn 9. So the men-at-arms, the billmen rather, are going to charge back into the men-at-arms. Let's see if they can activate. On a 6 they do. Okay. Yep, their attack is a 6+. Okay. So they activate 12 dice back into the men-at-arms. Again. Okay. So 12 dice into the men-at-arms. They're hitting on a on a 5+ versus a 4+. So no. Okay, so 3 hits. Now that's not a wound. Okay, they're trying to hit armor 4. Okay, so no damage again. Okay, so the men-at-arms, their defensive value is 4+. Okay, obviously very tough. Okay. Oh, that's not very good either. Okay, so 3. Only 3 on these guys, but that's enough to remove a model because they've got 3 armour. Okay, so they've lost another model, you see. So defensively they're not great. Okay, so they're trying to attack basically 5 guys in full plate who are fighting them off. So another courage test. So they're going to retreat 3 inches anyway because they lost the combat. But we're also going to make a courage test for them. So they are down to 3. They're down to 3. They've lost 3. So at -3 now. Okay. So their courage test is 4+ at -3. Okay. Oh, that's a 0. Okay. So 4+ at -3. -3 is 0. So if you roll a 0, okay, or less, then the unit routs. Okay, so they rout. So the entire unit is driven from the battlefield. They run away from the men-at-arms. So they charge into the men-at-arms, and the men-at-arms push them back. Basically destroy them. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so that was pretty impressive from the men-at-arms with Thomas Percy. So Thomas Percy walks out of his unit, challenges the mercenary commander to a duel, kills him in single combat, returns to his unit, is charged by a unit of billmen who are then routed by the men-at-arms. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do there is I'm going to draw it to a close because we've had 3 units, we've had 9 rounds of combat. Okay, we haven't quite finished the mercenary combat, but I think what it's shown us is that this game basically turns backwards and forwards quite easily. Okay, we've got the archers on the hillside still, we've got the crossbowmen. I'm just going to try and rally the 2 units of the mercenaries just to see if they can. Remember now they haven't got a leader anymore. Okay, if they can rally, then maybe they'll still be back in it. But if they don't rally and they continue to retreat, then I think it's pretty much all over. Because remember that the Percy billmen have rallied. Okay, so for the pikemen, 4+ 4+ -4. Okay, can they rally? Yes, they can. 4 plus minus 4. Okay, so 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay, so they rally. Okay, what about the gunners? The gunners, they've lost 3 men, so they're now at they're now 4 plus minus 3. Okay. Oh, they rally as well. That's a nice roll. Okay, so they both rallied. Okay, that was quite successful. Okay, yeah. Let's just see what the crossbowmen do. So if the crossbowmen and the archers can shoot, then they might have a bit of a chance. Okay, we're still in the turn 9. We're still in the turn for the guys. So the crossbowmen need to shoot on a 7 plus. They've got no leader now. Okay, they've failed to shoot. So that's the end of the activation roll for them. So that's the end of round 9 or turn 9, which means now that the Percys have the upper hand, and I think that they will probably sweep the mercenaries from the field. I might go round 10. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for the end of round 9. See how we get on, but basically things are looking a lot worse now for the mercenaries. Handgunners are down to 3 guys, and basically they've rallied, but they're okay. The pikemen are down to 8 from 12. The crossbowmen and the archers haven't lost any casualties at all, but they're missile troops, so they can't really fight on their own. Percy's men at arms have pushed forward really successfully. Okay, and the mounted men at arms have also rallied, so 2 very heavy units there that are going to come charging in. And on the other hand, the other side of the table, the billmen have rallied for the Percys, and we've still got 2 full archer units for the Percys as well at the end of round 9. So I think it's looking very, very bad for the mercenaries from an initial early good start. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.